take up the first question. The founder of Adil Shah dynasty was Yusuf Adil Shah. The answer is Yusuf Adil Shah. Second question. Ibrahim Adil Shah wrote a book, Kitab-e-Navaris. Kitab-e-Navaris was the book written by Ibrahim Adil Shah. Third question. Ibrahim Quli Qutub Shah changed his capital from Golconda to, answer is, Hyderabad. Ibrahim Adil Shah II constructed the famous dash in Bijapur. The answer is Ibrahim Raza in Bijapur. Fifth question. The founder of Bharat Shah dynasty was Qasim Bharat. The founder of Bharat Shah dynasty was Qasim Bharat. So that's all with the questions. We'll now move on with today's class. Here is the list of rulers of Ahmednagar, the Nizam Shahs. Nizam Shahs of Ahmednagar 1490 to 1636 CE. In 1490, Malik Ahmed, who was a chief of the Junnar province, founded his own state of Ahmednagar and established the Nizam Shah dynasty. Where is this Junnar province, children? This province is in the Pune district of Maharashtra. He then took Daulatabad under his control and expanded his empire. After him, there were many sultans who ruled this dynasty, but they were incompetent rulers. Chand Bibi was the last sultanate. She was the daughter of Hussain Nizam Shah and the sister of Burhan. She is best known for defending Ahmednagar against the Mughal forces. And later, in 1637, during the period of Shah Jahan, the Mughal king merged Nizam Shahs with his Mughal state. Here is the list of rulers of Berar, the Imad Shahs. Imad Shahs of Berar 1490 to 1580 CE. It was situated between the Penganga and the Vainganga, the rivers at Varada. In 1490, Fatullah founded this dynasty. Fatullah was originally born as a Hindu but was captured as a boy by the Bahman forces on the expedition against the Vijayanagara Empire, and they brought up Fatullah as a Muslim. He served the Bahmani sultans in Bidar and he achieved the rank of an officer in command of the forces of Berar, and he received the title Imad ul Mulk. Shortly, Malik Ahmed declared independence for Ahmednagar in 1490. Fatullah Imad ul Mulk declared himself the Sultan of Berar. Ilaichapur was their capital. After his death in 1504, many successors came to power but were incompetent rulers. After the death of Darya Imad Shah, his little son Burhan came to power, and as he was a minor, he was unable to rule. The power came to the hands of the usurper called Tufail Khan. So who is a usurper, children? A person who takes up power illegally. That is, he does not have authority or right to the throne, but he just takes it by force. That is usurper. And who was that? It was Tufail Khan. Later, the Imad Shah dynasty fell into the hands of the Vijayapura Sultans. Contributions of Adil Shahs. Adil Shahs ruled for 200 years and hence contributed a lot in the following fields: education, literature, music, arts, sculpture, and fine arts. Let's take up education. Adil Shahs encouraged education. Their education policy was to develop Islamic culture. Their main educational centers were Muktab, that is the mosque, and Madrasa University. The students were given knowledge and were taught about religion, law, poetry, etc. Educational institutions were under the king's patronage. Literature. Adil Shahs have contributed a lot in the field of literature. The kings were poets themselves. Many books were written in Persian, Arabic, Urdu, and Kannada language. Now, let's learn about the poets and their literary works. Persian poet Farsita wrote Tariq-i-Farsita and Gulshan-e-Ibrahim. Urdu poets Abdul wrote the Ibrahim Nama. Mulla Nasrati wrote Ali Nama, and the Kannada poet Narahari of Torave wrote Torave Ramayana. Next is about music. Yusuf Adil Shah and Ibrahim Adil Shah II were great musicians. Ibrahim Adil Shah's work was the Kitab-e-Navris, which was a great work in music. He opened a music school. Women of royal and rich families were interested in music. Fine arts. Ibrahim II was a fine artist. His court had many Persian artists. Beautiful paintings of flowers, plants, creepers, and other nature scenes were painted on their walls of the mosques, floors, and their houses. These paintings help to know the aspirations, interests, and traditions of the people. Next, we'll move on to art and sculpture. In the history of art and sculpture of Karnataka, the buildings of Adil Shahs of Vijayapura are the important ones. They built forts, palaces, mosques, and tombs. Their monuments are in Indo-Islamic style. Let's take up fort. So the fort of Vijayapur is a big one. It has 96 bastions. What are bastions? They are dome-like structure which is built on the fort. and it also had 6 main entrances. They were all very huge. Next is about the palaces. So here also we will be learning about the most prominent palaces that were constructed by them. So when we take that, we have Gagan Mahal and Mehetar Mahal. So Gagan Mahal was built by Ibrahim Adil Shah in 1620 CE. It was a 3-storied tower. Then it was the Mehetar Mahal, which was also a 3-storied palace, which was constructed by Ibrahim Adil Shah II. It is very famous for its fine and delicate decorations. And we also have the Asar Mahal, where the rooms have different paintings that are painted on them. We'll now learn about the mosque, Jama Masjid, which was constructed by Ali Adil Shah. It is famous for its very wide prayer hall. It is a common building without any decorations. It has different new styles among other art monuments. Next was the Ibrahim Rauza, which was constructed by Ibrahim Adil Shah II in the memory of his wife Taj Begum in Vijayapura. It has the tombs of Ibrahim and his relatives. It is the only Rauza in India. It is also called as the Taj Mahal of South India. Next, the most important one is about the Gol Gumbaz. Muhammad decided to build something that was even bigger and greater than Ibrahim Rauza. So he built the Gol Gumbaz. It is also a domed tomb in Vijayapura, which was constructed in 1656 CE. It has a big dome with a whispering chamber inside. It is a fine example of technology of that time. It is the 4th largest tomb in the world and the 1st largest dome in India. The other important monuments are Barakaman, Bade Kaman, Anand Mahal, Taj Bawadi, Chand Bawadi, and many more. With this, we complete the Bahmani Adil Shahs. Children, I believe that you all would have got used to making a note of the important points from the slide as the class progresses. Henceforth, I will not be reading out the points to remember slide. As usual, I have attached the assignment with this session. We will be discussing the answers for these questions in the next class and then proceed with a new lesson. One important note in today's class is you will have to take up a unit test for Bahmani Empire on August